time, and I wanna spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Ooh-wee. They ain't got your peanuts. They ain't got your nuts. They ain't got your peanuts. They ain't got your nuts.
You think that shit funny? You know how I feel about my almonds, and you want to be cute.
It's a song. Saying,
Say something stupid if you want to right now.
Get something different.
No.
You don't need chocolate almonds.
It's okay. I'm gonna go to Winco because they have them where you can get them in the bigger bags. That way I'll always have it. Because they have in a bag where you can buy like in bulk, some things in bulk. Where you can put it in a bag and you'll have it.
Yo, who? Winco? Do they even have them there?
What did I just say?
I just heard Winco.
Because you wasn't listening. That's clearly what that was.
Did you not say Winco?
I did say Winco.
Okay then,
but
so
what
I was
else
listening.
did I say about Winco?
Everything else was.
That's exactly what the fuck I be talking about. And that's your problem right there.
Everything else was.
Okay. I'm gonna start giving you that same energy.
Huh?
For all the repetitive ass conversations I have. It'd be like talking to the kids. You'd be like, what'd you say? You said. Alright. You know how Jesus don't play about me. Every time you do me like that,
You know what?
you end up choking on something, and then you want me to CPR you.
And you don't save nobody.
I don't say nobody. You a lie.
Ask your daughter.
Ask Bam.
He don't count.
I say him. Y'all asses is grown. I've been saving y'all since.
You ain't been saving us. Well, not me. I've been
was a
saving
lie.
you.
You was a lie.
I've been saving you since I met you. What you mean?
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Put on a cape and flew you away. Dun, dun, dun.
Babe, it's your story. You tell it the way you want to.
I'm telling the truth.
Okay. I done saved your ass from a lot of things too. But you know what?
Tell me about
I don't need to.
What?
I don't need to talk about the things.
What
I
have you
saved
saved
from.
me
God
from?
already
No,
know.
tell me. I need a refresher. I'm old.
I brought you to Jesus. I mentioned your name to him more than you probably mentioned his name when we first was getting
What's his
together
name?
until you got yourself.
What's his name?
Joshua.
Hey, I want to see what you was gonna say. So you was mentioning me before you met me. That's right. And look what you got.
And I
was-
stayed on my prayer.
She was in search of me, praying for a man, praying for the right man. God bless you.
Are you doing team too much right now?
That's what you said. You said you was praying before you met me.
I was praying that God would send me someone that would love me and make me feel seen.
See?
I wouldn't have to change.
See, ladies, God answer prayers.
Hold on.
Y'all just
Wait,
gotta stop
what?
avoiding them.
We'll tell you about starting videos without.
See, ladies, y'all just gotta stop looking over the wrong man, the right man.
Well, it just depends on what they're looking for. If you're looking for money and
Yeah.
you're looking for riches,
They
and
looking
you're looking for
their version of a knight in shining armor. Then their version of a knight in shining armor ain't gonna come. It's gonna be God's version of a knight in shining armor. Listen to what I just said, y'all. But y'all don't hear me. But what's up? What's up? Whew. Just left the gym, as you know. She cheating herself because she didn't get no nuts at the 7-Eleven. I guess I was supposed to say pause. That's like
See what I'm saying? At a line.
Right.
This is why I still stay in prayers.
You said you would.
You be out of pocket. And if I don't get down and make like, look, Jesus.
You said you wanted some, your favorite is milk chocolate nuts. So I just said you
Almonds.
didn't. Hey, still nuts, whatever you want to call them. But welcome back to the channel.
That's why I stay in prayer for you. Because if I don't,
Whatever.
he might be like, now you know.
No, what?
I've always been the heavy cover of our family, don't play.
Mm-hmm. You're the only one.
Absolutely. I'm talking before you was picking up your word and back.
I've always picked up the word, even before I met you. I may
straying a little bit.
have my distant times because of the world, but
Yeah.
I still picked up. My father was Jehovah's Witness. I heard the word every day.
Thank God for him.
And my grandmother
Mm-hmm.
went to church, altar
that
boy,
ass in line.
choir boy.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it all.
It's probably a lot of people that know you that's watching this like, get the what?
It's only a few people that know me. I don't know a lot of people. Don't want to know a lot of people.
That's true.
You know a lot of people, you got problems. But hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Mr. M, Lady M, and we back for another Let's Talk About It.
It's been a week. Haven't
It's
it?
been more than a week. I said we was gonna come back when our favorite people went up to battle. Kamala and
You just gonna keep on calling her Kamala.
ain't it Kamala?
Camilla.
You sure? Yeah, I don't think it's Camilla. I ain't heard nobody say Camilla. Maybe I ain't paying attention. I ain't heard nobody say Camilla.
Better stop disrespecting your president.
Hey, I forget my own name sometimes. But
That's something else you need to talk to God about.
nice little space for nothing around.
Right.
But hey, we back, and
I
So-
was saying when I said it's been a week, I was saying like, okay. I was
that's
saying
how we gonna be riding here in a minute. With they probably gonna start making you have insurance for that shit.
They didn't see the bike, but I'm saying it's been a week. Like it's been a.
It's been more than a week since that.
No, I'm not talking about them people.
The last
I'm just
video
saying
we did.
it's been a kind of a crazy week.
I'm like, since then it's been a couple weeks. Cause that was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
But hey, unless you've been under a rock, hiding out somewhere, you don't want none of this cookie?
No.
Hey, trying to help you. But I don't know, the debate happened a few nights ago.
Was that a debate? I don't think that was a debate. I don't think it was a debate.
What you think it was?
Did you see the post that I posted on Facebook with Kermit the Frog?
I must have missed it. I told you I don't be on Facebook. Like if I post something, I'm just using another platform and posting directly.
I'll put the
to it.
little meme in there of how I felt after I watched it because I
Well,
felt
is he
like
sipping tea?
no, it was like is fucktasterous in the here I'm gonna show you, but it was not a debate.
What was it then? What you call it? Just talking?
A shit show.
A shit show. I don't say it was.
Was a waste of
It wasn't
time
that
to
bad.
me.
It wasn't that bad where you say it was a shit show. If well, I feel it would be useful. Okay. That could be a word. If you spell it, it's a word. That's what I'm saying. If you can spell it, it's a word. And you can read it. If you can spell it, and you can read it and understand it, it's a word. That's what I say.
Because I left the debate like I told you I left feeling concerned for our country. I like at this point.
And why are you concerned? What are you concerned about?
I'm concerned because neither one of these people seem competent enough to be. If we are spending more time going tit for, I felt like I was watching two kindergartners playing the dozens. I feel like, to me, the world is in complete chaos, and y'all are going back and forth about shit that do not matter to people's lives. People are unable to pay bills, barely able to get food, can't pay rent, jobs not jobbing. Like, and y'all are going back and forth about the same BS
They not jobbing?
over and they not jobbing.
They jobbing?
No,
There's
they
an
not.
application saying they hiring and what they say, this is the best economy it's ever been.
And that was bullshit too. The lies. I'm tired of like, clearly this is this is the prime example of when people get too high.
You team Anton Daniels?
I'm not team Anton. Some things I'm team Anton Daniels, but I'm not on this situation. I just feel like, are we really witnessing this right now in 2024?
Yeah, we witness.
Where two candidates spend more time talking about each other than they do talking about policy. They not sitting down having conversations with real human beings that are going through these issues and having issues in their homes. They talking to rich people that ain't having no effect. This economy is having no effect on them or their pockets. You not having real conversations with the people who are being affected on a day-to-day, because if you was, your policies would reflect that. I don't give a fuck about the $25,000 for people who home buyers, first time home buyers. That shit is not gonna even. That's not gonna even happen.
I mean,
you know it's not gonna happen. Come on, let's stop playing. We know it's not gonna happen. All these empty promises.
Hold up. Why do you say?
Because they say a lot of big shit, and all the big shit never happens.
Since you in the mortgage field, I guess you can say. Why you on since you been in that field, why you think it's not gonna happen?
It's not enough rich people that's affected by what's happening.
What you mean?
When the rich start having issues paying their bills and start talking about being broke, then everything changes. Right now, us middle class people who they trying to wipe us out is the people that are being affected the most. And they feel like it's okay, we should just work 3 jobs just to make ends meet, and that's cool with them. They don't care. It's clear my daddy 87 years old and he's reaping the benefit of the retirement, the good retirement. But we not.
But is it good?
Yes.
It's okay. I ain't gonna say it.
All his bills paid. Well, it also can be how my parents paid their bills, how much their bills were during the times that they were coming up to.
But I know the amount that they giving out, it ain't. It's still, it's not even. Like, I just watched something. Was it today? No, it was the other day. I'm like, it's still keeping up with the inflation.
Well, I mean, if you
actually, what Trump is trying to do, he's trying to give them more money back in their pocket. But pause on that.
If you think about, my parents have been in their house since the 50s.
Yeah, so their house is paid for.
So pretty much their house is paid for. My dad's vehicles are pretty much all of the cars are paid off except for the Avalanche, and he only got a few more payments left of that. And he really don't have. I mean, the little bills they got in that house is not real bills, like what we experience.
It's bills. Well, yeah,
not
like,
what we experience.
It's like when I say my mom's, I'm like, man, if I could get your rent, I'd be good.
Your dad's mortgage is like 3 something. Like
300. If I can.
That's not the average norm.
But that is not living above your means.
Right, and that's the difference between them and us. Our parents grew up living within and below their means.
Well,
that was how they were able to spend. That's from my daddy and my mother's mouth to me.
We want to live that way, but we can't live that way because we don't have those opportunities. With housing being as cheap as it was back then for them to get a piece of property or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing. If we could get that, then yeah. But they not even doing none of that.
But from a mortgage standpoint, I can say I feel like not enough rich people are being affected by the issues with the economy, and until that happens, it won't. All of those things that they are saying will be the promises that they give the American people in order to win us over, in order to get us to vote, because we like, ooh, $25,000.
I think we need to go back and do a poll and write down of all the stuff they said they was gonna do.
Of all the things they actually do?
Yeah. And this is what they said they was gonna do around election time. And this never got done. And we can put in stuff.
Biden wrote his whole term out on student loans. Okay?
Was it the whole term?
Pretty much. That is the one thing that he said consistently. And it was the one thing he was unable to do. He helped small sectors of people.
But you know what? I heard people actually got some money.
Yes, those people that are in law enforcement, people who are in nursing school, certain people did. But there's a ton of people
But even with that, I heard you had to be in that field. Because, like, I was telling
You have to be actively in the field for a certain amount of
like
years.
10 years. It was like, no, you can just get it right down. I was like, no, that's not how that goes. Because if you ain't in that field for 10 years, you're not going to get it. So that's how they get you with it.
Yeah, so, I mean, you still play people. And, you know, that was the main reason why I championed for him. Because if you can handle some of this student loan that I feel like never has changed.
But is that...
I mean, that's not... I mean, that, for me, that was one of the things that...
I get it because you got student loans, but
yeah.
Think about the people, like, you know, a lot of people are saying that they didn't paid off their student loans. I wonder how many people actually paid off their student loans.
Yeah.
Everybody always hear
then
about...
they probably voted for him for their other reasons.
No, but they was mad about it, them doing that. Because, like...
Well, they were mad because they've already paid off their debt.
Yeah, like, why should other people get that same treatment? But I wonder how many people actually, who have student loans, actually have paid off their student loans. I wonder what's the number on that. Because every time I hear it's like, man, my student loans is kicking my ass. I can't afford it. I've been paying this for like 20 and 30 years, and it's like no dent or some type shit. I'd be like, man, student loans is crazy.
Yeah, who you telling?
But... I don't know. For me,
I mean, and too,
like I've said, for me, it's always been the same. I don't think nothing major gonna change. And we got these people, Democrats. It's like they say, we notice you come around. We don't see your ass until it's election season. Then we don't never hear you from your ass or see anything. Or like I said before, the stuff we want, y'all can't get done. Then y'all like, oh well, we got this done, so you should be happy. And that, I don't think that's working anymore, especially for people who are always been Democrats and they seeing everything that's going on. They like, that ain't working anymore.
The thing is that as Americans, we need to do a better job of revolting and standing up for the things that are not being done. I mean, you can even look as far as like Paris and those places. They are actually revolting.
You can't revolt because what just happened with the Trump election? People revolted and look how they doing. That's what I just said about that not too long ago. They're
punishing him for insightful rhetoric.
But we talked about that when we showed when he spoke. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say go out there and burn shit down and capture people and no shit like that. We all actually seen that, and he even said that being a peaceful protest. Like I was saying, even when you have large crowds at rallies and shit like that, a lot of times shit gets out of hand, and you got
because they're already enraged.
No, you got people that's gonna do fuck shit. It's like same thing with Black Lives Matter. When the people were out there peaceful protesting, you got certain people in there who they said was sent in there to cause chaos and do all type of shit. So that's gonna be no different. But with them doing what they doing, trying to try everybody, which I guess certain people should be tried. If you breaking in damaged property and doing all of that shit, then something should happen to you for doing that. But when you revolt, you got to have really the masses, and that was just one side. It wasn't both sides of people. You just can't have one side revolt, not the other side revolt. Right. You got to have all walks of life decide, you know what, we tired. I don't like a lot of shit that he talking about, but me and him, we can agree that we tired of the same shit they keep doing to all of us. Yeah. So we gonna revolt.
I think that people are very comfortable in their lives, and they're comfortable. They're upset, but they're still a higher level of comfortability. And then until people are very uncomfortable, then people are not going to
that ain't
come together.
That's not going to be until you see, like, what's the other countries right now where they ran out of money? Was that Venezuela? Matter of fact, was that Venezuela? All of them people where they was...
I don't know.
They didn't have...
Paris was...
No, I'm talking
talking about...
It was just like a couple months ago where they was revolting and because they couldn't afford bread and just basic needs because the money, they was all type of crazy stuff.
And Mexico has been doing it too, over, just the basic necessities. They are saying that they having to fight or they having to wait for America to help with certain things.
And them people been revolting. So even with the whole thing with Trump, we seen the whole thing that took place. Everybody acting like, oh my God. That shit is what it is, and people gonna do what they do.
Oh.
As far as that. And do I think it needs to happen more often? Yes, but I think it needs to be a unified thing with all walks of life.
What are you speaking about?
the revolt.
Oh.
I think that needs to be a unified thing with everybody. Black, white, Asian, brown, whoever who's here don't like the shit that's going on and what they doing with these old politicians and everything.
I mean,
that's what needs to change. But ain't nothing gonna happen with that. But as far as, you know, the rest of the...
I mean, because if you think about it, like, as long as they keep benefiting, there's a benefit to you being unable to pay your mortgage. Yeah, they benefit off of that.
They win, but they, like, it's like that that picture with American people, and you got, it's a chess, like, not chessboard, but like a Monopoly board, and all the so-called elites around it controlling the pieces, but they got the board on our backs. All we gotta do is just lift up. All we have the power to shut everything down.
I don't think enough has happened to fuel that.
No, but what I'm saying is that's all we gotta do. We have enough power. We work in these buildings. We work in these offices.
That's true.
So if everybody come together and be like, hey, we shutting down for a day, we not gonna do shit.
I think if everybody just around the board agree, like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna go to work today because they don't appreciate me.
From every industry around the United States, whether you in the city, government issue or whatever,
and they finally recognize, like, you know, we can't.
We calling in today. We not gonna work today. You know how much money would be lost? Because as we know, that's the only thing that the American government cares about is money.
That's true.
So once you show them, like, hey, we gonna stop the power of money flowing for a day. Yeah. Even if it's just a day, and we do it every week, like every week or twice a month, we just pick a day and we just.
I remember
until they get shit online.
I remember when for those that don't know, I've been doing working in the mortgage industry since I was probably like 22, 23. Just been on different sides of it. But I remember at one particular time I was working in the foreclosures and the court steps sales.
Court steps?
Yeah, sales? That's what yeah.
And court steps. I'm like, what's court steps?
Shut up. And I can remember one of the trustees was going back and forth with a mortgage company because a lady showed up on the court steps and she was trying to get her house back, and she was literally arguing back and forth on why she felt like the mortgage company kind of played her in the foreclosure. And the lady called the mortgage company, and the trustee is intervening. Now, that's not normally the way it goes, but it just happened to be that this trustee was very passionate about his work. And I can remember the mortgage company telling her that, as she's crying, that they don't benefit, they don't win if you foreclose on if your home is in foreclosure. But
yeah, because they lose money.
After I learned the actual process where the bank really takes the loss, because really the bank takes the house back, and now the bank is stuck with that debt until they can either get someone to purchase it or, you know, find some kind of way of making a profit off of it. So they take a monthly loss to it. The mortgage company clearly does not. They take a loss, but not near as much as the bank who originally stemmed it. And so once I learned the process of it, but the opposite side of it, I've been in investments in construction and renovation as well, and I've seen banks sell houses off in packages, and how they maximize their money off of it is a game that's very well played by banks. And so they can double their money, and your loss of $50,000 that stays on your credit, I'm just throwing a number out there, that's realistically not the amount, but your loss, you eat a $5,000 from foreclosure, from not coming through on your part, they can sell your property for $250,000 and almost triple their profit. So the game that's being played out there, that's a cute little Russian wine beer company, but it's clearly a one where they win and you lose. And so it's really hard to get foreclosures and eviction off of your credit. So it's a numbers game, and the way they construct the numbers is crazy. Like I said, I've been on the the side of mortgage, and I've been on the side of refinances. I've been on the side of investment and renovation, where we construct the deals for investment companies or investment individuals to purchase properties. I've been the person who maintained the records for the investment companies, so I see the numbers, I see the money, I see how the banks give them draws and the play that's in there for them to make a profit. I've seen Section 8 signings. I've been in Section 8 signings. So when I say I understand the process way too well, it's definitely effed up for the people. And so I think that's why I can say so strongly, that's pretty. I can say so strongly that until the rich suffer the way that us in between, they're basically moving out of us being in middle class. That we're moving away from that, and they're trying to remove that from even being an issue. So as long as that is the game, them people ain't suffering. The Bin Ladens, I hate to say it, the Obamas, all of them, they're not suffering.
Why you say the Bin Ladens?
I meant to say, what's his name?
I don't know.
Sleepy Joe.
Biden?
Yeah.
Like, man, you calling Biden Bin Laden? I was like, hold up, why Bin Laden in this?
I don't know, but
that is nice.
But girl, get you a booty. Was back. No outlet, sir.
I know.
So anyway, y'all know we be dreaming, driving and dreaming, seeing houses and properties and in areas that we are in. Like, that's pretty. That would be nice. Drive up,
but back to the
but I really do feel like that's not gonna change. We're not gonna see
the
no
campaign.
The campaign. What campaign?
They campaigning right now. Back to the.
Is it really a campaign?
Yeah, that's what.
Or have they already decided in secret that who's gonna win, and we're just playing the game?
I do think them certain.
We already know how this is gonna fucking play out.
I do think them certain people know.
Yeah. It's
because
y'all can stop covering your eyes. This is all a shit show, and they already have determined who's gonna win. If you watch that supposed debate and didn't figure out what the hell was going on,
which is crazy, all the stuff that been coming. You know, what about them Haitians eating cats and all?
You know what, Haitians?
But hold up, no. When he said that, everybody was like, "What?
The look on her face though was like, where's he getting this from? She laughing.
But you know what? I had seen it earlier.
Whatever.
But earlier that day, was it earlier that day we watched it? I seen it, but I had
people eating pets.
No, but I seen the video where he got it from. Where the black guy, which I showed you the video up at the city council, he's supposed to be running for something in Ohio.
Yeah.
And he was talking about it. He was like, look, it's just crazy out here since these Haitians, these immigrants that came up here, like, who dropping them off here? Where are they coming from? They getting up all our resources. People who've been in the city can't get none of the resources. The veterans, they having a problem getting their stuff. But they giving all this stuff to the immigrants, which I get it. You want to help the immigrants, but hey,
can you help the people that's already in your?
But if you're not gonna help the people that's there, y'all gonna have to divide that up. You can't bring it in. But it goes back to what I said. I said this months ago, which I seen on the video up in New York, where boy, we be watching the white guys be going around.
Oh yeah, where you talking about the IDs, the identification?
Yeah, they getting IDs, and people talking like, how the hell? If you are illegal and you coming into this country and you getting IDs, he spoke with one of the people and said, hey, they saying we can vote.
So they getting their identification so they can be a part of this
vote. And the people
voting.
The one that he showed said, I'm voting for Kamala Harris, for Democrats. So this is why they using all these flux of immigrants coming in. They letting them get identification and everything, and they saying they can go vote, and they going to vote.
Because we need their numbers.
Yeah, but I wonder, is it gonna flip on them? Like, how many of them is gonna be like, nah, I'm still with Trump, but Trump and them still talking about getting rid of people and all of this type shit. But the Democrats are trying to keep people in, and they giving them all these benefits. We seen the thing with people talking about, yeah, they getting like having EBT cards with $5,000 and $6,000 of food. I can't even get that. I can't even get $100 with food. I'm working. I think the people who working and need help should be able to get some help. Like, okay, we see you working. We see it's a struggle going on, so we gonna help you, throw you a bone or something. But they ain't even doing that for the people here. So, but the whole cash thing was crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. Because David believe it, I don't believe it.
But all the people been talking about it in the town.
But all them Haitians been saying that's BS.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was.
And they were like, that's not our heritage. We do not eat cats.
Hey, hey, but when the cop pulled up and the lady had the animal, and he was like, it's a video going around. I don't know if y'all seen it. Police officer pulled up to something, and the lady was like, I think she was Haitian. It was like, what happened to the cat? Are you eating this animal? Because I guess it was blood. It was blurred, but it was blood or whatever. The head was missing, and the lady was doing something with it. I was like, oh shit, this is where Trump getting this shit from. So
I want us not to be so gullible. Even
though he's not saying that on his own, he is getting it from out there that's in the public. If the people it doesn't like saying if we in the city and there's crime going on, they was just shooting down the street and they killed like 5 people, but ain't nobody speaking on it. Ain't nobody saying nothing. And we going to city council and meeting and saying, hey, this wild shit is happening. But the city's like, ain't nothing happening. Y'all bugging. We ain't got no police reports or nothing saying this actually happened.
We could rewind that back to the Venezuela. They trying to say the Venezuelans is coming in there and doing all these different things.
Hey.
And then people like, we seen the white guy went around and asked people, and they like, we don't know what y'all talking about. They lying.
But we know that some of them people on there was like, I don't know nothing about it. They was like, they ain't answering. But you can tell when a person knows something. But he's like, hey, I ain't even speaking on it. But all the regular people who live there is like, hey, the crime done went up since they got here. Everything done went left. That's the same thing with New York.
But what if, have we thought about this?
No.
What if they're using them as a means to say, oh, we're going to say they're doing it, but really the crime has been up. They've under wraps it like they did in Chicago, and now all these migrants is coming in, and we're just gonna blame them for the shit that's been going on.
Because even what I talked about before, the crime in Chicago has went up, and it's not the same. Even the gang members is scared.
Yeah, whatever.
Which they had old boy from O Block and them talking about. He was like, hey, this was on Vlad TV. I think he was from O Block, and he was talking. He was like, hey, we had crime here, yeah, and we had certain shit that was happening here and shit that we was doing. But since all the illegals been coming up here, the level of shit, he was like, man, it's crazy. They finding women in dumpsters, all types of crazy shit. He was like, this is not the normal shit of crime that we had before then. The crime has spiked up. And it was just, matter of fact, it was just a video which, I think, I can't think of the name of the gang that they talking about from Venezuela right now. But they was going through O Block, talking about, yeah, we taking them and shooting shots and shit on a video. So a lot of the people from the blocks was coming together like, nah, y'all ain't running shit up here. This is our motherfucking block. Y'all come through here if you want to type shit. So we know there was crime, but the level of crime has escalated since they got out here. And that's the same thing with old boy from New York been saying. He was like, it was crime. But this is a whole nother level of crime that's going on out here. Yeah, we had some killings, we had some stabbings and shooting like this. But this shit that's happening, it's on a whole nother level. And that's when the numbers come into play. How they like showing the numbers, but you know, like they was talking about the Democrats. Oh, they talking about crime is down and all of this. But shit, that's not what I'm seeing. Even if you look through the YouTube and news, cross countries and shit, you're not seeing crime is down. You're seeing that shit escalating.
But I told you, that's because the government, they get certain benefits from school, kids in school. They get certain benefits from crime numbers. They get certain benefits from job numbers.
I need to know the facts on that. I need to know
it's a true fact.
Where you getting it from? I need to know where I can pull this up.
You went, okay, I can give you, just because, you know, I'm still involved in the school district stuff in the schools. They give money off of how many students maintain a certain attendance level in their schools.
Oh, yeah.
They give money off of how many kids graduate in a certain year. They get money off of fucking testing, the standardized testing. So if I'm saying,
But on that note, that, which is crazy, because like we was watching the other day with what's the one of the good school districts where they talking about closing the Colony? Is it the Colony? Or was it the Colony?
What?
It was on the news where they talking about they gonna have to close certain schools, and this supposed to be a good ass area, and they closing like 4 or 5 schools because they don't have funding.
I mean,
so I'm like, if you getting money for having students in school and you got a full house, why y'all closing schools? But I guess that goes back to what they were saying. It's a lot of mismanagement of money through these school districts and just cities, period. That's why, like Chicago right now, what they saying, they about to be in $1 billion, was that Chicago or Detroit? I think it was Detroit. $1 billion deficit.
it's just like Fort Worth ISD, prime example. We know, if you don't know anything about Fort Worth, they're in the process of in a historical rebuild, but they're also
Are they supposed to rebuild
revitalizing
the
supposedly revitalizing their historical area of Fort Worth. And so there's a lot of money that have been put in to clean up the areas. And so they tore down the school district, the school district where it homes.
What?
And the house, this is where the school district sits.
You talking about the
actual
school district
building.
office? Yeah.
Right. So they tore it down. They made their executive decision on how they were going to do it, whatever. Now, they have some issues with the allocation of money. They want to involve the people in the community after they done already finalized the decisions. And now y'all care. You done already tore the building down. You done already bought the land.
Well, maybe something was actually wrong and they didn't want to tell people.
Well,
that's
exactly. So you mismanaging. You should have done that with the community before you tore the building down.
Yeah.
And now that money was allocated for the entire school district. So now they're doing all these different things. So that means other parts of the budget ain't gonna happen, and that means other parts of the budget won't see the money. Then that puts the students in position. So the other day when Squeak had to go with her coach, she is a
trainer.
She's a trainer, and they have a teacher that's an actual trainer in the school. But they have to go out and do fundraisers, use their own personal money.
But that's always with teachers.
And do fundraisers.
Teachers always
to do things for the students. What? Because the school district don't have the money. Now, how fair is that? Why would he have to go in his pocket, generate and come up with the students a fundraiser?
But that's how.
And then they got to go out and work in the community
But
to do the fundraiser.
That's how it always been.
That's bullshit.
We know that with Alex, who's a teacher and everything. How they always, and you see stories of teachers always got to come out of pocket and go buy supplies and stuff, which I always thought that was crazy.
Right, because they get money to do, and now he's like they won't refund him. When Nala was doing her leadership thing last year, the teacher that's over the leadership, she ate some of the expenses for the rooms herself and paid for extra food for the kids to have money for the kids to have money on the trip, because school board would not sponsor the trip. This is crazy because they took top rank for 2 years.
The camera can see you. You don't have to.
I just was sitting up in the seat, but I felt like I was slouching. But they took top ranking for this leadership conference, and the teachers had to eat the cost for some of the rooms and for extra food for the kids to have to snack on.
I wonder, did they tell them that at the last minute?
They did at the last minute. She found out that rooms were not booked.
When she went to that,
yeah. And it was because the school district that they have a team of people who are supposed to do it at the school district. They dropped the ball, so now the teachers are scurrying to get all the rooms, and they eating the cost. That's, like stuff like that makes me angry because the kids suffer from the mismanagement. When these kids are working their butts off, they should not have to work their tails off in order to bring home first place for a leadership conference and then be worried about where they're going to sleep and eat in the process of the conference. That shouldn't be nothing. That just goes back to, this is why I can't be happier that this is my last child that has to be in the school districts. Because when I tell you, this week has been a week where almost 8 people for lunch, and I still ain't finished. I got meetings with principal next week. Almost 8 some people for lunch for mishandling of the way people doing stuff in the school districts.
But
that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, you did jump from there. About
but
the
it do
school
stem
district.
back
Yeah.
to governmental money and all of these things that they're supposed to be allocating money for in states, and they don't never get allocated because of mismanaging of the. So what's the girl, the black lady that they trying to get out of position, who but getting her hair done on the city's bill, and taking trips on the city bill, hanging out with her boyfriend on the city's dime.
That's the perks of being
Man,
a
that
city.
is-
White people do that shit all the time. They do that shit all the time. That's the perks of being in the position you in. That's
So
how I look at it.
It's cool when they do it.
It's probably
It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
that's what it is. Yeah, it's cool when they do it. But yeah, but you know what? They ain't got no
Come on, bro.
She's still in there though.
Oh, because they having a hard time getting her up out of there.
No, because the feds came in. So if the feds ain't found nothing by now, and be like, hey.
The way he cutting his steering wheel is crazy. I wish I could see this foolishness in front of us.
That's one thing I always work. You gotta, when you towing, you gotta turn a certain way.
You gotta, what do they call them things?
It's a trailer.
Trailer on the back of
it's a
a
small
Ford, look like an F-150. You trying to pull into a driveway, y'all, and this is like the 4th time that he done straightened it up, and he just can't get it right.
Cause this car right here, he not getting a good angle.
He clear on the other side. He clear on this side too. I think he got it. Maybe. Yeah, he got it that time.
But you know, back to the campaign.
That's cute. It's funny to me. Every time you say campaign, it make me laugh.
The campaign, the whole debate, it was. I thought it was kind of one-sided. I noticed certain things, and other people started noticing how they were just only bringing up negative stuff about Trump, which I noticed. I was like, damn, they ain't asking her no really rough questions and none of this shit. And I guess I wasn't the only one who noticed it either. Other people noticed it, and it's all over the media about people saying it was one-sided and everything. But Trump did get out. I say he did let his emotions get to him. Probably because every way, like I was just saying, it was kind of one-sided with the questions and their record and all of this stuff. And I could see why he probably was getting frustrated, but I wasn't expecting Trump to be anything different besides what he was.
But that was their side. That was their major concern, that he would feel offended and become a loose cannon.
Yeah,
and he did exactly what they was worried about.
And that's who, like I said, that's who he always is. So I didn't expect nothing different. But it is crazy. I showed you those earrings. I still need to pull it up about. It's these earrings, ladies' earrings, but they're Bluetooth, like earbuds, but they look like earrings. I don't know how they work. I still got to pull it up. But she supposedly had on those pair of earrings. So they was like, this is how you was getting your stuff. They were feeding you the information through the Bluetooth headphones. And which is crazy, they got a video of Obama talking about, like, I wish I could have something where I got maybe like an earpiece and somebody's just feeding me the stuff. It's an old interview.
Because the prompter, sometimes they read it from prompters, because most of their speeches and stuff like that are pre-written, which makes sense. But
yeah, when it's a speech, but not at a debate. I mean, as far as the questions are written down, but you're not
supposedly not supposed to know the questions.
Yeah, but they had her. Supposedly, is going around that she had them earrings in, and that's why her people was feeding her what to say and not to say. And I was like, I gotta look this up. But the internet has no chill, boy. When the internet finds something, it finds some shit.
Yeah,
but for me,
I feel like it just be people just sitting and waiting for them to say something, and then they start researching. And before it's even over with, it was people saying stuff about things, and I just.
But that's, you know, that's one of the things they trying to control. They trying to control the Democrats, which they've been doing, and they've been doing that shit since COVID and everything, flagging you and getting your posts taken down. So they still want to keep that in control. And we just seen with our boy Mark Zuckerberg came out within the last 2 months talking about, yeah, they pressured him to censor a lot of people and all of this stuff. So, and that's the Democrats, and that's the stuff that they pulling. So just imagine if they stay in power, how much stuff is gonna be, God dog, I guess, how much stuff is still gonna be censored. That's the truth coming out here. Or they got these so-called fact checkers. Well, I'm like, who is these fact checkers? Where y'all getting this from?
They was doing fact checking while they was doing the debate.
Cause it's like what our boy Colin Nord was talking about. He was like, I had the proof, the data, and everything. They still was trying to fact check me and saying my stuff was wrong and get my stuff pulled down and wasn't putting it back up. About the whole gun rights and all of this stuff, and he gave the numbers, the statistics, and all of that. He was like, yeah, so these fact checkers, they only fact checking what the government telling you to fact check, and even if you prove them wrong, that your stuff is right, they still keeping you censored and pulling your stuff down. That's some stuff that I don't like. Like I said, I don't like how the whole Democrats been doing, censoring people, doing all types of stuff to keep you from running for president and all of that stuff. So I don't like anything where just, I guess you, if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. So if you doing wrong, I don't like it. If you being unfair, I don't like it. So that's what I don't like. But
we in unfair times.
Yeah, the whole debate, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I'm just ready for this to be over and figure out who's gonna be in office, so I know how I need to maneuver. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's gonna be. Because they pretty much got all these people picked who they want to be in position and do everything half the time. And if you know anything about voting, it's whoever, which is crazy, it doesn't go off the people. It goes off the electoral votes. That blew my mind when I found that out. I was like, yeah, the people can say they want this person all they want, but if the electoral votes go to the other person, then it doesn't matter what the people say. So I was like, you know what, it's just all rigged. Everything is rigged and nothing is fair. So
pretty much, that's what it seems to me.
That's what it is. So we can continue to hoop and holler, or we actually can do something to make a change. So hey, it's in the people's hands. So that's where I'm at with it. But I don't think it's gonna be. It may be a difference. All I know is if I'm trying to actually I need to go put my money down on some weapons.
Yeah, you better do that before they tell you can't have them. Because
we know what happened a few years ago when prices of shit went crazy and everything. Them trying to ban certain weapons and all of that stuff. So hey, if you into firearms and believe in protecting yourself and keeping all that, I suggest you go ahead and get you some shit now and put it up. Because you're going to be out of luck if y'all know who gets into office and continues to...
They already trying to change the GUN rules and want to
make everything better, which I don't know what they're going to do with that. Like I said, there's so many millions of guns in America, you're not going to get rid of all them weapons. That ain't going to happen.
Mm-hmm. But they definitely trying to find some kind of laws to...
And cause even with that, it's like, I don't understand. We already do background checks. I had to be background checked when I get my shit, so I don't understand what the problem is. Now they're just trying to make it, well, you may have a mental issue. I think anybody who having a nervous breakdown and it's filed in the system, that's where they gonna get you at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they gonna get you
That's
at.
why they pushing for mental health.
Which pushing for that is good.
Which is good, but I mean, if you are down for depression or
if you taking some
like
type
that
of
goes
depression,
to the system that's flagged
depression medication and all of that, but So yeah, that's gonna be in the system, and that's how they gonna get you. Like, oh no, you on depression medication. You can't carry anything or defend yourself type shit. That's what I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, we in weird times.
Like I said, Bobby Vanga spoke of this. Said we ain't gonna have no real president after Obama was the last. So we seen what we've been getting since he left out. Even though I had issues with him and the shit he did, but hey, I see the bigger difference with what we got after this. It's just been what's the word with your Kermit the Frog?
Catastrophe.
Yeah, it's just been that ever since. So I don't think nothing else gonna change. So hey, I think people just need to figure out a way to take care of themselves better until y'all want to revolt. 50 states across America say enough is enough.
I never thought I'd see Paris over revolting, and they revolting, so.
And they was revolting just because of retirement age went up to like, what, just 2 more years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if we ain't doing that and we getting screwed, all our parents and everything can't retire. Like what old boy JD Vance was saying the other day, why don't you get your grandparents or something to be able to watch your kids and all of this stuff. Like, man, grandparents are working. Right. It ain't like how it was when we was growing up. They was able to
just retire and babysit.
Yeah, and watch your kids and that type of stuff. That doesn't exist no more because majority of the grandparents, they working.
My father was forced to stop working.
And they want him to come back from what you just said.
And they want him to come back. They've called him we went into COV.
They went, I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
And he retired because my mother was not well. And every year since he retired, they have called him number of times during the year and asked for him, is there any possible way they can get him to come back? And here just a few weeks ago, they called him and asked him to come back, saying the workers are lazy, young workers are lazy. They want more money and don't want to do nothing. Young
workers like, we not doing this work for this pay. I can't pay my bills with this money, so I'm not trying to do more work. That's the same way with you. You know, with your job.
Yeah.
How they was forcing you. You was like, I'm not doing this work.
I'm doing 3 people's actual full jobs descriptions. And y'all don't want to pay me. But I'm actually doing 3 people's individual positions.
They say that's lazy. You need to do them 3 people's jobs. That's
and I say you're effing lazy too for not paying me for
it. That's what corporate America is saying. They saying, hey, you lazy.
So I did what the people was called slow quitting. I just slowly stopped working.
Is it slow? That's what.
Slow quitting.
Is that what?
Where you on they clock and you just barely doing the work.
Which is crazy because it came out. It started with the Asians over there in I think China and Japan. It wasn't slow quitting. They called it something else, but yeah, I remember watching that, talking about this is quietly quitting or whatever. Yeah. That's what they was calling it. So yeah, but that's a whole nother thing with companies.
Want you to do over amounts of work. Want you to work and do. You'll go to
they want you to take, which I guess learning new things is good, because I can say that with my company. They want you to learn new things, which is good. But they don't want to, after you learn the new things,
they don't want to compensate you for those things, those extra things that you've taken, more certifications that you've done, different things that you've done.
Or even some companies, they don't give you the certifications, but like, even in my field, I noticed, I'm gonna update my resume because somebody was asking me about it. But it just made me think, in the communications field that I've been in since '98, we just don't do one thing. Pretty much any type of work that our companies would get, say, and if it was new to you, they would bid on it, and if they win it, they would do it. And maybe it would take one person and have them go to a training and then he just bring it back
And teach y'all.
and teach everybody and train everybody instead of you sending everybody to training and paying that cost. So they'll send one person back. They'll get a certificate and keep it in their office saying the office is certified in doing this.
Off of that one person.
Yeah, but all of us haven't done it. So I was like, you know what?
They cheating y'all.
I've done a lot of shit in the communications field,
That you should have certifications for.
but don't. And wasn't thinking about it. Like I wasn't thinking I was gonna be in this field this long that I've been, and I'm about ready to check out. I'm trying to figure that out now, but it just made me think. Like I've been doing a lot.
Told you that.
So now my price is like, hey,
then they questioning why you asking for that type of money because you don't got the certifications for it.
It just ain't. Well, back home it wasn't that big on certifications, but here in Texas I noticed certain companies would ask for certifications stuff, which you can take the certifications yourself. You can take your classes and everything yourself, which I probably should have done. But at the time I'm just working. I wasn't thinking about certifications. Wasn't tripping on it that much. But now I'm like, man, I wish I wouldn't have and just took them sometimes myself. But even with the people with certifications, they still having problems. Like, no, I got all these certifications. This is the pay that I want.
Right.
This is the pay that I'm supposed to get, and they not giving it to you. Because I'm seeing in my field, they still want to give you people. I see jobs $20, $25 an hour. I'm like, that's not gonna cut it now.
That was just like me.
Now,
in mortgage, they're asking for me to train all these people in the department, and I'm training 6 and 7 people, taken away from my work, and I still have to maintain my regular workload as well as train and QC, quality control they work, and y'all not giving me no extra bonus for just the training and still being able to maintain my regular workload. And then they like being nice. Oh, we'll offer you the opportunity to do the certification. I did the training certification where I will become a trainer, and that would be I would implement the policies for the new training manuals and train employees. Then when I start actually training people, they decide they don't want to give me no money for the training, but I'm certified for it. Now you still want me to conduct myself in the same space, so when I ask for money, they're acting like I'm being a problem.
You are a problem. They want you to stay at the pay.
No.
And that's the problem with companies nowadays. Because like I said, they give all the bonuses to the CEOs and everybody. We see that, but it never trickles down to the worker where they get that pay. So, yeah, this whole election, like I said, I'm just ready for it to be over. I don't think.
I told you
everybody is just throwing out wish lists now on what they saying they could do just to make people vote for them.
That's all I say.
That's all it is. They was like, yeah, they saying they can get this done, but is it actual stuff you can just get in there and pass like that and sign? No. So everything we out here asking for and wanting, if it ain't nothing that they can just like, as soon as I get in the office, I know 100% I can sign this and move this in, and this will be law.
That's why I'm mad about JFK, because at least he was like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I ain't even gonna make you the promise that I can do that.
Yeah.
Because this is he laying out like this has to happen before I can even.
But so you voting for Trump? Because I told you the other day he came out, he was like, in order for him to do what she come through here speeding like mom.
Every time.
In order for him to do the work that he needs to do, since he's backing Trump now, he wants y'all to vote for Trump. I don't know, because that's why I'm like, man.
I feel like he set me up. I feel like you set me
up. It was like, man, I was going to vote for RFK. Because at first he was like, you know what, y'all still can vote for me in those states that he... But I think it's because they didn't want him to pull his name from the ballot. Because remember, they was like, he got to sue just to get his name off the ticket.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's crazy. I got to sue just to get my name off the ballot? Why I got to sue you to get my name off the ballot?
I feel like they played him too.
Democrats played him since the beginning of this. All the stuff that was done to him and them doing.
And now you going for it in order for me to champion for the person that I felt like could have made the biggest difference.
If the Democrats
want me to vote for this hanky pank.
If the Democrats would have let him run and got behind instead of Sleepy Joe, which we all know he wasn't up to par.
He was sleeping.
And he had to bow out. Like, And now we got a woman we ain't heard from.
In 4 years.
All of a sudden, she's the go-getter. I guess, but...
But hey, even Biden is wearing Trump hats, so apparently...
Yeah. Hey, that's for unity. That's what I said. They must have heard me, because I said it needs to be unity in the both parties. They need to come together. So I guess Biden was listening to me like, you know what? I'm going to show unity by putting on this Trump 24 hat. Charlemagne said, hell no. What are you doing?
Somebody played him. They didn't tell him what the hat was. He just put it on his head.
He just put it on his head. Hey, Charlemagne was pissed. He was like, what? Somebody go hide his ass somewhere.
They said that he needed to just stay in the house.
But he said he did that. He said it was a Trump supporter had on a Trump. That's where he got the hat from. So he gave him his hat, and he took the Trump hat to show unity, where both sides, we need to come together and work together. I get the whole idea. Really, I do.
Yeah, but he probably should have waited till a crazy girl got in office for the fuck shit. Because now you looking like this nigga is really crazy.
Like, I get the whole idea behind it. Yeah, I get it, but I guess it's now or never, man. That was his only opportunity. We may never see him again.
Let's hope so.
Until he passed the torch over.
Somebody put this man in the closet and sit his ass down.
We might not see him
Jill, ain't
again.
his wife named Jill?
I have no idea.
What? Get your boy.
I don't pay attention like that.
This is when wives need to do their job. Get your boy and sit him down. Hold his hand so he don't fall.
I wonder was she there at that time, or maybe she.
I don't know.
I wonder was she looking on TV like, oh my God.
I wonder what the conversation is when he come back from these press conferences. Like, why would you say that? You already know these people looking at you like you a nut.
Yeah, but yeah. So hey, we gonna finish it out here. Thanks for tuning in to another presidential talk moment.
Really?
This was the presidential campaign rally, talk show, all of the above. I guess this is gonna be our last one. This is gonna be our last one until the day.
Because when are they voting?
I don't know, man. Like it's November. I think it's November. Yes, I think
I don't even care no more.
Yeah.
I ain't never been so
like yeah.
I don't even care.
I don't even care no more.
The other day I was trying to get my registration stuff together because I realized that my voter's registration stuff is in my old address. I didn't even feel this shit. I just was like, man, whatever. I don't care.
I thought we was getting. Was that just me getting stuff here?
Mm-hmm. I realized like I haven't got nothing, and then I pulled up the thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to El Camino.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Y'all probably won't see us talk about this whole president unless something happens to somebody from now to then yeah, we probably might come back.
But you mean like we not gonna talk about this political stuff no more?
I ain't gonna say nothing else until the actual election time and the numbers and who is finalized to be in there and who has won. And to see if there's gonna be like, I need a recall on votes. So hey.
We know that's gonna happen.
So yeah, that's gonna be the last I speak on this. Other than that, it's gonna be back to the Most High fam. We're gonna continue to do what we do. Which we've been slow motion here lately.
Yeah, I was gonna do a video the other day, but I was about something that happened, and I think I'm gonna try to pull my
you didn't do that.
Together.
What I told you about the school?
No, because I ain't gonna front. I was emotional.
That's when you're supposed to do it.
And I don't want to be on no video.
Yes,
crying.
you do. I need to see them tears. Show that emotion for the people. That's what your people wants to see. See, that's the problem with these two people running for president. There's no real emotion behind them.
Because they don't care. They know, they figure like we some idiots. They gonna vote for what we say. So.
No, what movie was that? I can't think of that lady's name, the actor, where she was like, the American people are sheep. They'll believe whatever the hell we tell them.
Pretty much.
If y'all know that movie, damn.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments, but I can't remember that movie. What was that white lady's name?
But that's why they think they can get up here and sell us a dream. That's why they keep saying all this bullshit they know they can't do.
That's what it's been since the beginning. It was selling dreams. And now they know it's a lot of us is waking up like, I'm not dreaming no more. But hey, once y'all hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and hit the subscribe button and stay up to date with us. And we'll be back with another one. Hopefully sometime soon. After these messages.
We'll be right back.
Peace. Thumbs up. I threw a thumbs up. But all right, we out. Peace.
Sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.